Singapore property developers have been urged to remain prudent when bidding for land and to not overextend themselves financially amid economic uncertainty. Second National Development Minister Indranee Rajah says a stable property market would benefit buyers and developers in the long run. And she's also urged everyone not to stoke what she calls exuberant sentiments.
The pandemic hasn't stopped many from snapping up new private properties in Singapore over the past year. Some projects sold nearly a third of their units within the first few days. Now, amid the uncertain economic outlook, the government is urging buyers to be sure that they can pay their mortgages before committing. Developers will also have to play their part.
Developers should remain prudent in their land bidding and not overextend themselves financially. We all have a part to play by continuing to be professional, responsible, and prudent, and not stoke exuberant sentiments in the property market. In the long run, a stable property market will benefit all stakeholders.
Ms. Indranee was speaking at an event organised by property developers in Singapore. The group says it's crucial for government policies to make the market sustainable in the long term. That's especially so that it can withstand property bubbles and external shocks. Developers say they also want that stability so they can embark on expensive, sustainable solutions for buildings in line with the government's 10-year Green Plan.
With climate change and the demand for sustainably built homes and working spaces, we will see huge changes in the physical landscape and more developers providing both hardware and software services that enrich living, such as arts, cutting-edge technology, cultural and well-being facilities.
Meanwhile, one expert explains that private housing may become more expensive if developers reach for the moon when bidding for land.
I think land is an important cost in the housing equation, because when the land costs increase, that actually can have an inflationary effect on the housing price. So I think one of the reasons why the land cost is high actually is because of the competitive bidding, especially when the supply is limited and demand is very strong. Competition drives the bidder to overbid the price, and then this causes the land price to increase.
Mr. Singh says developers should use the 2 months given before they submit their bids to conduct site surveys to better understand the market. He also suggests authorities extend more time for developers to do research, or they could supply more land to reduce fierce competition.